So with a blanket underneath the hips, just move the flesh from the sit bones and sit tall. And just come into Sukhasana, cross-legged position, hands resting gently on the knees. And then close your eyes. And just take a moment to settle into the body, into this time and space. And with those sit bones propped up, notice that slight anterior tilt of the pelvis. And from there, begin to lift through the spine. So feel a little lift in the pelvic floor, a little lift in the core, so a lengthening of the waist, lift in the heart. Feel the shoulders staying relaxed, but the chin is in slightly and the back of the neck is long. And then another lift there through the crown of the head. And then imagine a string running all the way through the spine. And you can see each of the 7 concentrations of energy, those 7 chakras or areas where we have greater awareness, like pearls that have been strung on the string. And just holding it at that tip, at that very peak, and just letting them gently fall down. Imagine that someone at the top is pulling on the tip of that string, creating even more height, even more elongation through the spine. And sense that some pressure is being taken off of the nerves, off of the vertebrae, off of the discs. And then with all that height and length, make sure that we don't over-effort. So relax a little more. Keep the height, but keep the body soft. And find your breath. So following the natural pattern of breath, watch it come in through the nostrils, fill chest, ribs, belly, even let it touch the pelvic floor. On the exhalation, feel a lift in the pelvic floor, and then purge the breath through the belly, the ribs, the chest, and back out through the nostrils. As you're watching the breath in this way, as it comes in and moves down the spine, feel just the pressure of the breath, the air, and even the prana, pressing down toward the pelvic floor, creating a rebounding lightness through the spine. And then as you exhale and you feel the breath coming back up and out, as that releases from the body, feel that, again, elongation as the body becomes more anchored to the earth. So as you inhale and the breath comes in and down, feel a sense of lightness. And as you exhale and the breath comes up and out, feel a sense of being grounded. And you can pay attention to the physical breath if that's the easiest. Simply watching the inhale come in and go down will help to lengthen the spine. And being mindful of the breath as it comes back up and out will help you to lengthen the spine. But if you are able to feel both of those things happening at the same time, that when the inhale comes in and down, it's moving down, but the feeling is lightness. And then as the exhale's coming up and out, it's moving up, but we feel grounded on exhale. And if you can tap into that simultaneously, then it creates even more subtle length along the spine. Now you don't have to count the breath this morning, but just get a sense that it's equal. So the inhalation is the same as the exhalation. And that balanced breath we call samavriti. It's a one-to-one breath. And you can match it to your breath length. So if you have a shallower breath, maybe counting at 4, inhale, 4, exhale. And those of you who have been practicing a little longer, maybe your breath's at like a 6 or an 8 naturally. Now the last piece, as you're breathing in this way, continuing to feel that opposing action, can you also bring in just a soft ujjayi sound, just an ocean wave, whisper type sound to the breath? You may already have one, maybe organic by now. And just that little soft noise is very helpful for the mind, very soothing. We really want to feel a sense of balance, not only from the breath count, but from the practice of breathing in this way. That the teachings talk about 2 sides, the Ida and the Pingala. They correspond to the right and left nostrils. And that they have different qualities, these 2 energy channels. The Pingala is more related to the sun, the active energy, that of will and determination and action. And then the Ida is more related to the qualities of the moon, more nourishing, calming, restorative, emotional. And these 2 opposite qualities are predominant at different times throughout the day. And the goal of the yogi, particularly for meditation, is to get into that state of balance, where prana or energy is flowing equally through these 2 sides, and then able to move more effortlessly into the one single energy channel running through the spine. And this is the ideal condition for meditation. So we really want to feel this sense of being balanced, both right and left, not just physiologically, but mentally and emotionally, and those qualities that I just mentioned. So with the sit bones anchored firmly into the ground, lift through the crown of the head and once again find that elongated spine. Imagine that string with the 7 pearls strung, illuminated, radiant balls of light. And so I'd like to just do a little bit of chanting with each of those pearls, each of those chakra centers, clusters of energy, just to bring more awareness and prana to them. So we'll start at the root, and that's the very base of the spine. The second will be at the womb for women or sacrum for men. The third will be at the solar plexus, or the area around the diaphragm. The fourth will be at the center of the heart. The fifth will be at the throat. Sixth, the center of the midbrain. And then 7th is at the crown. Each has a chant associated with it, a bija mantra, or a seed sound syllable, except for the crown, which is silent. Once we go from the root to the crown, we'll chant back down from the crown to the root and repeat it. So you don't have to memorize the chants unless you know them and like to do them with me. Otherwise, you can just take in the vibration. Okay, so just you moving your awareness to each of those spots, starting at the roots. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Crown is silent. Going back down. Om, Hum, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. Going back up from the root. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Om, Hum, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Om, Hum, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Om, Hum, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Om, Hum, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. One more. Lam, Vam, Ram, Yam, Hum, Om. Now hold your awareness in the central channel, feeling each of those 7 energy centers illuminated, radiant. See not just the spinal center, but the whole body filled with light. A conduit to the divine. That balanced energy in the spine, non-dual. beyond the fluctuations. Neutral to the opposites. And then just lower your chin to your chest. Bring your hands back together in front of your heart. And notice the great calm and peace from that experience. And maintain that when the opposites begin to try to pull. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you feel more calm and peace and that you can share that with your family and friends. If you like these types of practices, please consider joining our Patreon account. The link is below in the description. We have several tiers, which gives access to a whole library of practices. We thank you for your support. Thank you for letting me continue to do what I love, and I hope that it helps you and your family. Namaste.